the ministry is going to propose a relaxation of curbs in Thailand, as well as more news on the oil spill, as well as motorists are not at fault. It's the roads that need to be safer. That's all coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand with Jay and Natty.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good morning,
Natty.
Monday.
Good morning. And welcome to Adlib Hotel. Natty, first views. How do you feel being here?
It's a lot more grand in person than it is on the film, actually. You guys should totally come and check it out. It's a really nice place.
It's quite green as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere. It's like, where am I? It's got a nice teak wood Japanese feel, although it's not very Japanesey. It's very modern, contemporary, yet beautiful and boutique.
I also like that it's slightly hidden from the main street, so it's kind of a quiet residential area, if I could say that. So it's nice if you're recovering or anything from COVID.
I see. Well, it also makes sense because it's right behind Bamrungat Hospital.
Ah, I see.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Good Morning Thailand. It's another day. It's Monday, and we see all of you are watching us live right now. As I scroll up, we've got about 200 people. Excuse me. PG Santa is in the house, and Natty's number one fan, and he says she's free. Do you feel free, Natty?
I feel free every day. Not in the work sense, but yeah, I'm never restricted.
Okay, let's get straight into our first topic, which is regarding the ministry. By ministry, I mean the Public Health Ministry. Is going to propose a relaxation of virus curbs in the meeting this week. Now, they're going to talk to the CCSA and be like, "Hey, buddy, could you lift some curbs?"
Is that how they talk now?
Pretty
hey, buddy.
much.
All right.
Pretty much. Because I feel like every week everybody has their own thoughts and everyone wants to propose things, but very little happens.
True,
You know?
that's true.
Proposals are proposals. We want action. However, Dr. Opas Kawinpong, who is the Director General of the Ministry's Department of Disease Control, said the ministry believes Thailand should no longer impose lockdowns as people need to learn to cope with COVID-19, which will reach an endemic stage soon. We need to get people to understand that the number of daily new cases is nothing to worry about. Thailand currently at 10,000 and up. And he said that we've lived with the disease for 2 years already, so it's about time we move on together. So now more and more people, Natty, are coming out and saying that Thailand's moving towards an endemic. We've seen people come up with new definitions for the word endemic. What do you feel? You know, we have been living this for 2 years. Are you looking forward to just living with the disease? Are you tired with it? Does Natty want to be free?
Well, I think this is what I heard anyhow. In order for the virus to survive, it needs to also not kill the host. So the new strains that will come out, hopefully will get less strong so that humans don't die with it. And yeah, maybe it will reach an endemic state, but that's what I heard from a virologist somewhere that I read a while ago.
I see.
But I do look forward to just living a normal life. It's been like this for a while, and I guess I'm comfortable with the new normal. As long as we social distance, we don't drink from each other's cups, just do the necessary things to keep yourself safe, but try to live as normal as possible is probably the way to go.
We don't drink from each other's cups.
Yeah, you stay away from it.
I don't know what you do. okay, Natty. Sure. Did you like our cups, by the way?
I do. Are these
Excuse
the
me,
new
I forgot to wear
cups?
my glasses.
From Coffee Culture.
I see better now. They actually are. Quick plug, I was going to do this after the break, but yes, these are the new Coffee Culture Beautiful mugs from an artist series from Frank Nero.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and you can check this out at coffeeculture.asia. It's got a really cool story on it.
Right.
Yeah, it does have some profanity on it, WTF, but there's a meaning behind it. There's actually a good meaning behind it. You know, so check it out.
Later.
Coffeeculture.asia, to be revealed later. All right, Natty, let's move on to our next topic now. A lot of the news in the last couple of weeks has been dominated regarding road safety. As first, a doctor was killed while crossing the street on a zebra crossing
Yes.
by a policeman, off-duty policeman on a motorbike. Now more and more news is coming out where recently another old man crossing the zebra crossing was hit by a truck.
Oh, my.
Now, I'll let you get started. You had a story regarding road safety in Thailand.
Yes, so as we all know, that incident happened, and then the health organization and a road safety organization, they teamed up to study how many cars, motorbikes, and public vehicles stop for pedestrians at 12 zebra crossings in Bangkok. And they found that altogether, 89% of them wouldn't stop. For motorcycles, the rate was 92% that wouldn't stop. And for the cars, it was a little bit less, but at 86%, which is very, very high. And also for public vehicles like buses and stuff was at 80%. Now, the zebra crossings that they were observing were in 12 popular areas, including Ekamai and the Sukhumvit area. And and on Friday, Bangkok officials said that they would install traffic lights and surveillance cameras at 100 zebra crossings, and the lights will be installed in 2 weeks' time and the camera in a month. Fines for traffic violators will now go up from 1,000 baht to 4,000 baht, and he plans, Deputy PM Prawit plans to start the pedestrian safety education programs in schools as soon as possible.
Okay. Well, there was, to add on to what Natty's already said, there was an article I read that was regarding, it's not really the motorists at fault, not 100%. It's also the quality of our roads and the safety that is lacking. Now, what I mean by this is that the World Health Organization also actually estimates that for 2019, road accidents cost Thailand more than 500 billion baht, or about 3% of their country's GDP. Now, if they spent even half of this 500 billion baht to improve the streets, that would help the economy and clearly Thailand a lot more than just doing nothing. Now, it's not that they do nothing. I apologize for saying that. What I mean by that, however, the country likes to invest mainly in awareness campaigns, which have been ineffective. Now, Dr. Thanapong Jinwong, who is the manager of the Road Safety Academic Center, he said that efforts to lower the accident rates have failed because authorities do not tackle the problem at its roots. And the problem in the roots is that the main factor stems from the roads themselves, such as obscured and absent traffic signs. I rarely ever see any stop signs, especially at zebra crossings, uneven road surfaces, and faded traffic line and zebra crossing markings. Many accidents on the road are due to the conditions of the road. Improving the road condition to help motorists drive safely and tackling danger spots on the road might be more effective. He said measures to encourage a safer driving behavior are essential to promote road safety. Now, that makes a lot of sense.
Does it though?
Part of it is also something that we've spoken about, that zebra crossings are often faded. You know, you can barely see them when you're driving. But I had always said that, in my opinion, I think the law needs to be enforced. The problem is with the enforcement of the law and the fact that the consequences are not strong enough for people to care about it.
I have something to say about that. I agree in part with what they say, that the government is definitely not going to the root cause of it. They're only creating solutions like, okay, let's increase the fine from 1,000 baht to 4,000 baht. And look, if people are not going to stop at zebra crossings at 1,000 baht, you really think that increasing the fines to 4,000 baht, people are going to stop? No, because we're not trained to do that. An increase of 3,000 baht doesn't mean anything. I feel that there definitely needs to be not awareness campaigns, but really go into the root of education systems for the kids. Now, what I read just now is that they want to create pedestrian safety education programs in schools, which is great. But what about driving lessons for adults who actually drive the vehicles, like kids who cross? To me, that almost sounds like you're giving girls self-defense lessons, which is great. Girls should definitely learn how to self-defense. But what about teaching our boys how not to attack other people? Like that attacking other people are not good. You know, is that a fair comparison? It's like, okay, this is how you walk on streets in a safe manner. Yeah, but the drivers are driving on walkways. They're driving on pavements. They're driving on zebra crossings that they know they shouldn't cross. We need to educate those people to stop doing that, you know? Anyways, so I feel like he's kind of going down the right track, but also not quite. The road safety issues about it like being, it not like having faded zebra crossings, yes, those are problems, but that's not the majority of the reasons why there's accidents in Thailand.
So education, law enforcement, and better visibility of signs and zebra crossings.
Yeah.
Could be the start. Could be. All right. Natty, as for now, let's take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about, we'll give you a quick oil spill update. We'll talk about vaccines in children, as well as our last topic, which is regarding the death of a former gangster, Jimi Sandhu, which is big news that has been dominating Thai news all over Thailand. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand with Jay and Natty.
Hello.
Natty, how was your weekend?
It was great, actually. I pretty much slept in. Not much happened.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
You?
Yeah, same, but different.
Okay.
We hope you had a lot more eventful and better weekend than us. As for now, Natty, I'd like to start off by saying a big thank you to Peter Grolik and
Yay.
Breeze Marquette Cherry. I hope I've said that right. It's a very cool name. Maracot. It could be Breeze Maracot Cherry. Thank you for being Thaiger members and supporting the channel. We really appreciate your support. And thank you for supporting us. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Don't you love our members?
I do. You guys are awesome.
Yes, and this week I'm going to be making a video, and for anyone who is not unaware of Discord, I'm going to try to set up a Discord where we can all have a conversation.
Wow, that sounds exciting, actually.
That will be for Thaiger members and legends. So stay tuned for that. All right, moving on to our next topic, Natty. I'm going to give a quick oil spill update. Now, are you aware of the news about the oil spill?
Yes, I am.
That's right. So now the pharmaceutical firm that is responsible for that oil has apologized for the spill in Rayong. Which is Star Petroleum Refining Company Limited, 60% owned by U.S. petrochemical giant Chevron. Now, they have said that they're responsible for the oil spill, and they've apologized for it. They've also said that it was noted that 50,000 liters went into the sea. However, it was not 50,000, it was 47,000. So 3,000 less. Which makes a big difference, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think someone just rounded up the number because it was easier to say 50,000. But yes, they have come out and said they're investigating what caused the spill. It plans to take full responsibility for the environmental damage, including massive beach cleanup along Rayong's beaches. So at least they're taking full responsibility and coming out and publicly saying, okay, we're sorry. And yes, the Navy's deputy spokesperson has come out and said that no sludge has been found on the shoreline, but small drops of oil that have been dispersed might wash up on the shore, because there was a big movement to clean up the beaches. They had closed it down. They had made it a disaster zone, but now it's all clean. They went out to the coast and see if there was more oil spill. There was not. You might just find tiny droplets. So good news for Rayong, and also good news that this company has come out and taken full responsibility.
Yeah, I think that's the responsible thing to do, especially when you know you're at fault, and not just kind of, leave it up to the government to handle it and not take any responsibility. So kudos to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Nettie, what's your next story?
My next story is that the Thai Prime Minister wants faster vaccines for kids 5 and older. So if you guys have kids, you might want to listen up. So there has been a 5.6% increase of children between ages 12 to 17 who tested positive recently when you compare the figures back in April to December of last year. So the Prime Minister Prime Minister Prayut wants health authorities to move faster to vaccinate kids, particularly from ages 5 years and older. I guess he just wants to start them young. But right now, the vaccination rate for children is still low. Out of Thailand's 5 million children, only less than 1%, or very accurately 0.8%, have received their first shot. Now, the Pfizer vaccines for kids 5 to 11 just started on January 31st, so not too long ago, and they're still optional. Kids age 6 and older will be allowed to get the Sinovac and Sinopharm vaccine soon after the Thai FDA approves it. So,
Okay.
yeah, I guess if you're into vaccination for your kids, then
Oh no,
now you know.
We don't say that word.
Oh, no, we do not say
we
that.
don't say the V word.
Oh, no.
All right. So thank you for that update, Natty. Let's move on to our last topic. Before I do that, I mentioned that I was going to open a Discord between our members, and I got a comment from DJ Gorilla saying it's discourse, not Discord. Yes, DJ Gorilla, thank you for that. Thank you for that. However, I think you should maybe Google the word Discord, and then you'll have a better idea of what I'm talking about. I do, however, understand that the definition of discourse, what it is, but that's not what I meant. Anyways, moving on.
Is it an OnlyFans thing?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What?
I don't know what any of this is. I'm old. Leave me alone.
No.
Okay.
Discord is just basically a platform where you can has voice communications with people.
Okay.
It was invented for gamers. However, now it's widely used for people in forums and where you can just talk to one another and have conversations, Natalie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. The last topic from today is something that has been dominating Phuket for the last couple of days anyways. Firstly, there was a fire at Lam Kating, a huge fire. More details on that you can find on the Thaiger.com. However, the one I'm going to be talking about right now is the Phuket police are currently looking for 2 gunmen for shooting and killing Jimi Slice Sandhu. Now, who is Jimi Slice Sandhu? He is a 32-year-old Indian who was gunned down while getting out of his red SUV around 10 p.m. on Friday night. Now, the reason this has been dominating the news is because he was a former person of interest for police in British Columbia, Canada, referred to as a gangster who was eventually deported from Canada 6 years ago for a range of crimes relating to local gang activities and serious criminality. It was reported that he was found at 6:30 a.m. by the maid, and he was actually shot by 2 gunmen. Almost 20 shots were taken at him at close range. Ladies and gentlemen, you can actually find the article on the Thaiger.com. There's also a video. There is graphical content. You can click on it if you may choose to have a look at it or not. But just a warning, it is graphical content, and the video is online. Now, the police have reported that they found 2 IDs on him, Canadian IDs, but yes, they have identified that he is indeed Jimi Sandhu. And the United Nations, now, the Brothers Keepers and the Red Scorpion gangs are amongst British Columbia's crime gangs that remain locked in an ongoing gang war that has resulted in dozens of murders over recent years. Now, I believe Jimi Sandhu, it belongs to one of them, and British Columbia police, in response to the story, have said that they believe it could ignite an escalation of violence in the local gang wars. So there's a lot deeper, there's a much bigger problem that is going to have a chain reaction, perhaps, possibly because of the death of Jimi Slice Sandhu. There has been no information on who the gunmen were, the purpose behind it, that is yet to be revealed, but more information on that as we get to find out more about it. But that is the update so far. All right. Nettie.
Okay.
I think it's now time to take some questions and answers from our viewers.
Yes, I feel bad for saying that. Now people are going with the OnlyFans stuff. Wait,
no.
let me go higher.
Truckers are on our side, says Puerto Rican Jew. What a name. Is he from Puerto Rico and is he Jewish? That's my question. All right, you know what, Natty? Let's take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we'll try to get some questions from the fans.
Yes.
So
sounds good.
viewers, if you do have any questions for Natty, for me, or for any of the topics that we've spoken about today, please leave them in the comments section and we'll try to address as many as we can. We'll be back right after this.
Isn't it time for you to come back to the islands? Phuket is open and it's never looked better. Choose your trip to your favourite island with 5 Star Marine. Go to 5starmarinephuket.com.
And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. It's now time to take some of your questions from any of the topics today. And most of you will just ask questions about Natty, and that's okay.
Hey, I have a question here from Puerto Rican Jew. Question for you, actually. Any political ambitions, Jay?
Yeah. Any political ambitions?
Yeah, do you want to... Are you asking, does he want to be a prime minister or something?
No, I've never. I don't think I'd last. I can barely take the comments that our viewers throw at us. I don't know what I would do when people really come out with their pitchforks outside and
No.
start having a go at me.
Yeah. Oh, Demon found a great solution for people who just go over the zebra crossings. He says, sharpshooters at zebra crossings. Does that mean like you're going to shoot down people who are on the zebra crossings? Sharpshooters at zebra crossings.
Oh no.
Is that violence is the solution for Demon?
Oh, Demon. See, a lot of the people have extremely comments that I don't want to read out loud. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please try to be as appropriate as possible.
Yeah, I picked that one too because
No, it's okay. It's all good. I've got a comment here from Peter Grolick who says, well, unfortunately, wearing a mask does have nothing to do with personal hygiene, nor does it hinder the Omicron variant of the coronavirus at spreading even amongst vaccinated and boosted people. Okay, well, that's more of a statement. Thank you for your comment, Peter.
Oh, actually, so Frank Weston says, does Natty feel like a Chinese Thai or a Thai Chinese? Whatever way, we love you. I just want to address that actually because on Bounce we did launch a Ask the Thai Chinese, and somebody in the comments actually asked a very valid question. They said, why are you calling yourselves Thai Chinese and not Chinese Thais, as in Chinese being the adjective, right, to describe the Thais? And that's because we directly translate that. Because in English you go, red car. So you go noun, adjective. But in Thai, we go adjective, noun. So the Thai Chinese, we're just directly translating it into English, really. But yeah, if the English way, I do definitely feel more Chinese Thai than Thai Chinese.
I see. Because in English, you'd say a red car. But in Thai, you say car red when you translate it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that. I just never thought about it.
Yeah.
There's some things in life that you just
go with the flow.
Yeah. Who remembers how they learned ABCDs?
Right.
You just know it.
Right, that's true. And I like the viewers' comments most of the times, especially the ones that get me thinking. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good question. Like, how can I answer that appropriately? So it's good.
Yeah. Nelson Dales has a comment saying, an advantage of traffic gridlock in Bangkok is cars have no choice but to stop at zebra crossings. Zebra crossings are not as well light in Bangkok as in Vancouver. This also affects safety.
You know, I remember being in Vancouver, coming from Thailand, right? And I was shocked because I was just standing on the pavement in front of a zebra crossing, but I had no intentions of crossing. And then the car stopped and was like, oh no, now I have to cross. So I just crossed, but I didn't want to cross. You guys are so polite there.
The Wu-Tang Live says, Jay and Natty, how many tourists have tested positive from the Test and Go sandbox, and how long is the quarantine? Well, Wu-Tang Live, I don't know the exact number right now. However, there has been news last week that a lot of positive tests kept coming up on the 5th day. So the second day of testing, on the 5th day of your stay, a lot of positive tests came back, and then people were starting to point fingers that, hey, like, how come they're testing positive now? Did you guys not test properly when they came from their country? Blah, blah, blah. So those numbers are actually quite high. not crazy high, but high for the fact that they shouldn't be coming positive on day 5, but they are. How long is quarantine? If you're going through test and go, it's not really quarantine, but you do 1 day quarantine on the first day, get your test, get negative, come back on the 5th day, quarantine in a hotel. If it comes negative, you can leave. So,
Right.
and then sandbox is just sandbox quarantine.
But you know
within the
about
island.
multiple testings. My friend actually got the Omicron recently,
Okay.
and she said that she was feeling a little bit unwell, under the weather, and she had a little bit of phlegm going on, but there was no fever or anything. But she was suspecting maybe I have something, like maybe the coronavirus. She did
no.
an ATK test, negative. And then the next day, she tested it again, and it was positive. So, I mean, like, the results could change within a couple hours, even after you got your symptoms. So, that's why they have to do multiple testings, I think.
Okay. Well, I do an ATK test every 2 to 3 days.
He does, actually. You do
It's for
so
the
much.
safety of my team, Natty.
Thank you. I feel so safe. Scott D has a question for Jay. He
Yes.
says, have you been to the United States? Question mark.
Me?
Yes, you.
I have never, unfortunately, no. I would love to visit New York if I could, just because I would love to visit the Museum of Modern Art. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that one's a good one.
I'm heavily into the arts. I enjoy them a lot. But yeah, I do love American football. I'd love to go watch a baseball game. I'd love to go watch American football. You know, go to Wisconsin, watch the Green Bay Packers. Go to New York for the museum. You know,
Right.
Scott D in Chicago. Go visit Scott in Chicago.
Yeah.
Watch the Chicago Bears. I weirdly have a Chicago White Sox jersey.
Wow.
And then I met someone from Chicago and they said, why do you have a White Sox jersey? Apparently everybody likes the Cubs.
Oh, no. You offended them.
No, I didn't offend them. They
Oh.
were just like, oh, cool, you're just the only one.
Right.
Here we go. Dale says, has anyone ever seen the police pull any vehicle over for a violation at any place other than a checkpoint with no enforcement? We know the result. That's actually a good point. Apart from a checkpoint, it's very rare that a police officer will stop you when you've done something wrong.
That is true.
Yeah. And I mean, I wonder what you have to do, what needs to go wrong for this to really, like, the police really take over the streets and decide, let's fix this up. Is it as simple, Natty? Do you think it's as simple as, like, police can just clean up the streets in a month, do you think?
No, because this needs indoctrination almost of the people. Like, you really need to ingrain this kind of mindset that people's safety is a lot. You know, like, people's lives actually matter. And I don't know how to explain this, but in Thailand, life is so cheap. You know, life is so cheap. People take life very lightly. People on motorcycles, they don't wear helmets. And I feel like in order for this to work, the government really needs to think of it on a long-term basis. They cannot operate out of fear. Right now, I feel like they're implementing a lot of things like, okay, let's increase the fee. Let's put in more traffic lights, more cameras. But you are only doing that because you're afraid that the public will have a backlash, that you're not doing anything after all this media has gone viral. So, okay, let me do something. But really, what is the cause? Why do people still violate the laws? They need to really have a discussion amongst themselves and really get down to the root cause and fix that root cause. Not installing more CCTV cameras, although that is helpful for sure. That's my opinion on it.
I think Natty for minister, that we need to make this happen. No, I
I'm
mean,
scared.
like, without making fun of it,
Yeah.
you are quite passionate. You know, it's clearly visible when you're talking about this topic, and I understand because we all know someone who's been injured or worse, you know, passed away because of road accidents, and it does happen way too often. So I understand your passion behind it, Natty, and I hope
you.
a real change is made.
Yes.
Frank Weston says, Frank and Rung here. Hello, Frank and Rung. I don't know if you're back in the Netherlands, but back from Thailand after 2 months, and I do miss doing those Tiger Bites videos. Yes, thank you for the comment, Frank. We did stop doing the Tiger Bites videos. We were asking people to send in videos. We either got too many or it was just too much to basically handle, so we decided to stop that, also because we decided to do Tiger Bites once a week. So thank you for all the times that you have sent the videos in, Frank. We love them. I appreciate them. And just to let you know, just to let you know that update.
We love you.
Jamie says, lol, Jay is cool. Thank you, Jamie. The only one who probably thinks that, but thanks.
Is it appropriate to read this last one out loud?
Probably not, but go for it.
Okay, actually, nah, I'll leave
Just
it.
do it, Natty.
Okay, I'm just gonna address Stinky. So Stinky says, "Dear Natty, will you marry me? I promise to love you with all my fart. Sincerely, Stinky." I thought that was very fun, and I was considering it until you said "with all my fart." So only that part, and I'm out.
Oh,
I'm out.
no.
It was that fart part.
Stinky, at least Stinky's honest.
Yeah, honest. Yeah.
At least he's honest.
Honest Stinky.
All right. Shall we take a couple more, Natty, and then call it a day?
Okay.
Puerto Rican Jew says, is Jet back in Chiang Mai? Yes, he is. The majority of the time he spends it in Chiang Mai. He only comes to Bangkok for specific purposes. So hopefully he'll be back this week. If he is, oh yes, I apologize. I'm speaking out of my bottom. Apologies. Jet is currently in Bangkok. He's actually going to come and do Thailand News Today from the office.
Ooh, yay.
Sorry, there's too many things going on. He actually messaged me, weirdly enough, at 6 a.m. at the same time you messaged me.
Yeah, okay.
What is with people just messaging me at 6 a.m.? Give me a break, woman.
We think you're already up.
You think I have no life, or just
Yeah, a
wake
little
up and I think work.
Yeah.
But yes, Jet will be in the office today doing Thailand News Today, and hopefully, and maybe we might do some other videos with him later on this afternoon, which might be coming out on Bounce, so stay tuned for that.
Okay.
There we go. PHK Johnny Walker says, is Jay proud of his hit piece he did on Patong nightlife? PHK Johnny Walker, thank you for the comment. Firstly, there's nothing to be proud about because Phuket is my home. I want it to prosper and I want it to do well. The piece I did about Patong life of people not wearing masks was not a hit piece. It was a fact of life. If I can just hold my camera, move left and right, and you see 80% of people not wearing a mask, that's not me doing a hit piece. That's called me just holding a camera and showing you the reality. And if a person like me, like, let's be honest, I'm a nobody, right? Like,
No, I mean, I didn't mean to say.
I'm not
okay,
gonna flatter myself. I'm being completely honest. I'm a nobody. If I can bring down by doing a hit piece Patong's nightlife, then there's really something wrong here. All I can do is do my part to try to be a solution or try to fix a problem. But some people had strong comments about it that like, oh, are you trying to bring a Phuket tourism down? No, I'm just being real. I'm just being honest, and I'm just trying to present the facts like anyone would do when they're dealing with the news.
Right.
So you make up your mind. I just held my camera and showed you what the reality was.
I like that piece, actually. That was
Thank
one
you.
of my favorites. Speaking of favorite documentaries, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, on Bounce, we just dropped the latest piece about going back into the 1960s in Bangkok. I was able to go into this little part of inner Bangkok that is very, very untouched. Everything is basically kind of the same. There's no renovations, nothing at all. And you get to see how people in Bangkok back in the days lived their lives. And it was very interesting for me to do that piece. And I hope you guys like it if you want to
Yes.
check that out.
Natty smokes fatties, says Bengals boys. Do you like Joe Burrow?
I don't know who that is.
Oh no.
Who is it?
No, there's a Super Bowl final coming up on February 14th, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And it's between the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams.
I just know the Rose Parade. Is that even for that one?
I have no idea.
Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Stinky has a question for Jay. I think
Yeah.
you saw that, but you didn't read it. So I'll read it for you. Dear Jay, will you marry me? I promise to love you with all my fart. Sincerely, Stinky. He didn't get me, so he's going for you now.
Stinky, I don't know about that. Can I have some time to consider? Spicy Road says, how does Jay justify not wearing a mask now? I don't have to justify myself. I'm not wearing a mask right now because I'm presenting. I'm fairly far away from Natty. We both work in the same work bubble. We're
Yeah.
both vaccinated. We've both done ATK tests. And yeah.
Yeah. You literally do ATK tests like maybe 5 times a week or something. I do less, like maybe once a week.
A lot of people thought that I was trying to shame people for not wearing
Yeah,
masks. Guys,
why?
let's get this straight. Whether you want to wear a mask or not is absolutely up to you. I am in no place to tell you what to do, what you want. I have my own opinion on it. I have expressed my opinion on it. I wear masks when I go out in public, and that's it. Like, let's not make a big deal out of this. We're all grown adults here who can make our own decisions. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
I probably said something wrong. EIIV TV says Rose Parade. Natty, you're trolling us. I don't know. I remember the Rose Parade in LA where you know like there's a large parade of huge trucks with like tons of beautiful flowers, and they actually make sculptures out of those roses, and that's like a fun time for me. I thought that was during football season, but never mind.
Yes. Are you trolling us? Says LV TV. Is that the one you just read
Yeah.
out? Stinky says, I have a mask with a hole in the middle so I can smoke. Efficient for smokers, I guess.
Very creative.
Yeah. Wasn't me. Says, nice shade of red, Jay. Does it look like I have blush on?
You're glowing in here. Like I'm looking at you and your skin looks better than mine. That's awesome.
Oh, no.
Oh no. But your lips aren't
I just
red.
have good blood circulation.
Yeah, you do.
People keep thinking I put blush on or lipstick.
You know.
Why would I? Why would I put lipstick or blush on? Have I lost my mind?
Well, maybe it's
What do you mean?
because
Well,
you're
I'm a
a jolly.
heterosexual man. I
No.
don't put makeup on.
But I think it's because like you're such a jolly man, and you typically
A
smile.
jolly man.
And then when you smile, your cheeks scrunch up, and then your blood flow stops.
Okay, and this is where we're going to decide to end the episode. This is how I know we've gone off the rails. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Oh, and a quick shout out to Scott D, by the way. I do like the Chicago Blackhawks. They're pretty cool. But anyways, thank you for watching the episode. If you have enjoyed it, please click the like button. And thank you for your support. As always, leave a comment in the comment section below. And we'll see you tomorrow. We hope you have a great day. So thank you, Natty.
Thank you, Jay.
And thank you to Num behind the buttons, as well as Jason on the sidelines doing something. And yes, as always, see you tomorrow.
Yes, and thank you to all the Adlib hotel staff. They've been lovely.
Of course, Adlib Hotel. Check them out. You can go to Facebook and send them a message with the code The Thaiger for a 10% discount.
Ooh, nice.
All right. See you later. Have a great one.
Bye.